Hey there, and welcome to another Mojo Quick Tips video. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to import the 10 Days of Pain 8x8 and 33 touch pre-built action plans that we've recently added to the Mojo system. Now, to get over to the action plans, the first thing we're going to do is head over to the settings area. So I'm going to click on the settings button. Once we're there, I'm going to go ahead and click on the marketing button. And that's going to bring me to the action plans. You can see here, I don't have any action plans yet in this account. I can create one from scratch, or I can choose from one of the pre-built plans that Mojo has already offered up in their library. So let's head over there. Once I'm here, I can see here that there are about 7 action plans that are available for me to choose from. The first 4 of the original ones. They've been at Mojo now for about 6 months, and that includes the FSBO property, the expired, the sphere, and the general web form. These are email-only action plans. And the unique thing about them is that they come with the pre-built email templates already attached. Meaning, if I suck down one of these 4 action plans at the top, it's going to include the email templates already with them, and you can go ahead and edit those to your liking or use them as they exist. The 3 we're going to talk about today are the 10 Days of Pain, the 8x8, and 33 touch. These are fairly new to the Mojo system. In fact, I showed them off during a flash webinar that talked about the new action plan. So what we were talking about during that action plan is the fact that we no longer only included drip email steps and action plans. We added marketing letters, follow-up calls, and tasks. So we have 4 main ways to schedule yourself out action plans. There's 4 action step types available. So that led us to create the 10 Days of Pain, the 8x8, and the 33 touch for that webinar because those are super popular in the real estate world. So we also brought them into Mojo as pre-built templates, and we're going to discuss how to bring them down and then go over them briefly and tell you what you need to do to start using them. So I'm going to go ahead and select the 10 Days of Pain, the 8x8, and the 33 touch, and I'm simply going to click Import. And once I've done that, you'll see they already show up in my grid immediately. The name is on the left column. The next column is steps. The next column is how many contacts are in them. Obviously, there's none because I just imported them. The create date. And then I have a couple of actions I can take at this moment, which is to edit them or to delete them. Let's take a look at the 10 Days of Pain first. In the 10 Days of Pain, you're going to see there are about 15 steps, I believe, yes, over the course of 10 full days. Now, the one thing that differs about these 3 action plans versus the 4 original action plans we had in Mojo is we don't include any of the templates. These are very personalized plans, and we wouldn't be able to create templates that would work for anybody because you're likely going to reference some activity that they had on your website or something about yourself, and we just can't come up with that for thousands and thousands of users. So, as a prerequisite to using these plans, I would strongly suggest you look over them, and wherever there is a template, whether it's an email or a letter, notate that you have a step on this day in this plan and go into the marketing area, specifically the letters in the email area, and create those templates. Come back to the action plans and simply choose from the templates you just created. And then once you save the plan, all those templates now are mapped out to that plan for each step that requires that template, and you're fine moving forward. You're all done. But let's take a quick look at this. You can see here on day 0, which is the day we assign the plan, we have 3 things we got to do. These are 3 things. Mojo's going to grab you by the nose in the activities area and demand that you do them. That's what we all need, right, to be successful. We hardly follow up enough because it just takes a lot of brain power to remember to do it and to come up with the energy to do it. But Mojo takes care of that. That's why you subscribe to Mojo. So the first 3 steps are an email, a phone call, and a task, day 0. That task you'll find in these action plans. The task can also be customized for your benefit. And here I have mail note and include 2 business cards. What does that note say? I don't know. That is up to you. Is it a buyer lead? Is it a seller lead? Is it a probate lead? Whatever it might be, well, that note is obviously going to target specifically content to that person. We have another task on day one after assigning the plan. It's the 4th step. It's email a list of properties. That may or may not work for you. You may not work buyer leads. Maybe that doesn't pertain to you. That's okay. You can simply enter your cursor in the title of the task, change it, enter your cursor in the description of the task, and change it. So once you save the plan, it's going to be that way moving forward. You're good to go. And all the way through here, you can kind of look through these and decide what you need to change and what templates make sense. But we've done all the heavy lifting. We've created the steps where they should fall into place and what frequency they should happen on. And while all that can be changed as well, it'd be silly to think you wouldn't try them the way they are and judge your success based on these plans. I can choose an end logic as well. If you follow the KW system or you're familiar with the 10 Days of Pain, the 8x8, and the 33 Touch, you know that as a general rule, they domino into each other. So I have a 10 by 10, trying to get people on the phone, or I'm trying to contact them, qualify them. I don't. They spill over into an 8 by 8. The frequency slows down, but I'm still aggressively going after them with different touch points. And then if I don't get a hold of them then or qualify them then, they spill into the 33 Touch, and now they're on cruise control. And if you do these things, these 3 plans or plans like this with every one of your lead types, you're going to crush it. Bottom line, I've been on the phone with thousands of agents over the last 10 years, and anyone that follows a detailed follow-up plan like this just owns their market. They own the mind share of everybody in their database. So hopefully you can utilize these plans to do that as well. So I can choose to have this automatically spill over into the 8x8 following the traditional workflow. And then in the 8x8, I can go to the bottom and have it spill over to the 33 Touch, and I can choose what day that happens on. So I'm going to save this. Let's take a look quickly at the 8x8. Click the edit button next to the 8x8, and I can see here that all my steps are pre-scheduled for me. The frequency, the type of step, all I need to do is confirm what item of value I'm going to send, stick it in the description, and of course, what templates I'm going to map out to each one of these steps. Let's get out of here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to make that roll over into the 33 Touch. And I'm going to click Save. Once I've done that, now I'm in the 33 Touch. I'm going to click the Edit button, and here we go again. This one's a bear, right? Because it's a whole bunch of steps, about 35 steps over the course of 365 days. This is the killer. This is the one that when they think real estate, they think you. You put people into this plan, and they've cascaded through the 2 previous plans. You own them. You're the, as our buddy Bob Leffler over to Fearless Agent calls it, you're the celebrity in the household. Whenever they're talking real estate with their friends, family, in public, you're the person they're thinking of. That's the name coming out of their mouth. That's the whole goal, right? To build a residual income and grow our database. And this is how we do it. So here it is. You're just going to go in and fill in all the different template types, what you want to send out, what your handwritten notes are going to be comprised of, so that you can fill those out and take care of those. So where do these steps show up? Well, the drip emails that are involved in these steps, if you don't already know this, I'm going to cover something I've covered 30 times before, but it's important. If you're a new user, you might have missed it. The drip email steps that are part of these plans automatically get sent out. The task, follow-up calls, and letters each day that they're due are going to show up in the activities area of the agent that assigned the action plan. And from here, we can power dial our follow-up calls, which is great. Some of you, I've been on the phones with you, you have upwards of 200 follow-up calls a day to make because that's just the workflow you have inside of Mojo. Well, if it weren't for the power dialer, you'd never get those follow-up calls done. So we allow you to do those follow-up calls using the dialer right here, not just for prospecting, which is what a lot of people come to Mojo for, but even your follow-up calls. So we're hitting both the front end of the sales process and the meat of the sales process with that power dialer. Super important. We also have the ability to mass print letters. We have people who come to Mojo, they're really big into direct mail. They input all of their letter templates into the system, and they start assigning action plans with a bunch of letters. Monday, they have 40 letters to print. Tuesday, there's 26. Well, Mojo now lets you bulk print letters. So that can all be done here. So that saves you a ton of time, and it removes that excuse, that's so much work. Well, we do the printing, we spool up the job, and we auto-clear the task All you need to find someone to do yourself or an assistant is stuff the envelopes. We can even print those, by the way. And of course, last but not least, we have our tasks, which are part of the action plans. They too will show up here. If you have a handwritten note to send somebody, it's going to show up here as a task that's due. You write out the note. You look at the description of the task. Okay, that's right. This is this step. You write it out. You include, let's say, 2 business cards. You send it in the mail, and then you clear the task from Mojo. So that's how Mojo, from soup to nuts, can take you by the nose and lead you through your follow-up. I don't need to say it again. I've stressed it enough. Follow-up is key to a lifelong residual income in the real estate business. I've seen it. You've all seen it. And Mojo helps you execute it very easily. That's going to wrap up this call, this video. If you have any questions, of course, give our tech support folks a phone call. They can get into more detail about the way some of this works. And as always, folks, make it a great day.